everyone, welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and in this video we're going to take a tour of Moss Valley. This is a map for Farming Simulator 25 based in a real-life area in the heart of Sheffield. It is a map I'm very well acquainted with, having done a very enjoyable series in FS25. So we're going to see how this map has changed. It is available for PC, Mac, PS5 and Xbox Series S and X. And we are going to be driving around in this very nice powder blue Land Rover today. Now, this is a map that is not the easiest to do a tour on. It doesn't have a circular road, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. And if we have a look at the PDA, you can see why. It has this really lovely row of, or a really lovely woodland that just cuts through the middle of the map. Absolutely fantastic feature to this. That means that there's a lot of forestry you can do on this if you want. We are going to have a look around in a minute. The most expensive field I found on this map was Field 55 or Farmland 55. That is 389,000, so not that expensive. Quite an affordable set of fields on here, especially as the cheapest field I found, which is 69 here. That is just 11,000. So there's a good range of fields on here. There's a nice set of grass fields and things down the bottom here that that can get you started. So this works well as a start from scratch map. I think there are several farmlands we've got, or several farmyards. We're going to take a trip up here because I have a feeling Farmland 87 up there looks very much like a farmland itself. And if we look over this way as well, we've got some areas around here. 88 looks like it could be a farm as well. And 89 also looks like it can be a farm. So there are, it looks like we might have multiple farms on here. In fact, looking at the listing, it has 4 farms across the map, which should fit every playstyle, which is fantastic. As far as productions go, we have 4 productions available on here, all of which appear to be, or most of which appear to be custom ones to the map. So we've got Bernie's grain mill on here. We've got a biogas plant. Absolutely fantastic. Spoken about this on my last couple of map tours. Really love that the biogas plant is a production change that you don't have to buy the land for, and therefore it is a sell point at this point. We got the MV sawmill, we got the Moss Valley bakery, and we've got Robin's dairy products. Absolutely great start on here for this, and yeah, I'm really loving that those are available. No owned production chain, so sort of a very basic production chain setup, but importantly they appear to be custom ones built for the map. So really loving the look of that. Do we start with any animals? We don't, but importantly we do start with a chicken coop, a cow barn, a pig pasture, a second chicken coop, and a second pig pasture. So there's quite a lot of scope to get started with animals on this map. So let's head up and see if we can have a look at that really far farm first. And then we're going to move our way back up here. We'll do a tour of this farmyard on our way through. And we're going to finish up the top end of the map. So this is one of the few map tours I do where I'm I'm not going to finish where I started, simply because, as I said, there is no circular road on this map for me to go down. Up here on the left, though, we have the first of the extra farmyards that comes down and into here. So we have a name for this. This is Hazelhurst Farm. We've got a nice little farmhouse in here. We've got a very tight yard, a very overgrown yard as well. I think this would do really well if you wanted to come in and do a overgrown farmyard kind of series that you had to fix up and sort out. This would work really well. Or if you wanted that kind of play style, Very tight farmyard, very nice little farmyard this. Can't see scope, oh no, in fact, here we go. I was about to say can't see scope for animals here, but we do have an area for animals here, and by the looks of it, it is for cows. So it looks like we've got a small cow area there, maybe. Would be difficult to tell without actually purchasing it. But yeah, absolutely cracking little starter farm. I think I saw that this was available for 22,000 when we were looking at the PDA a moment ago. So yeah, start from scratch, absolutely cracking little yards there, with some fields attached and just off it that would work very well from that point of view. We then up here have our first big industrial area on this map. We have several sell points. So we've got a stone crusher here. We have the Moss Valley grain merchant there. That is a sell point. And looking at around the back here, oh, that is the location of the BGA around the back here. So that is the first production point that we've come to. Really loving this. So this has been slightly reworked from how it was in 22. I don't think the BGA was back there unless I missed it last time. Something that hasn't moved is the bakery. That is nestled really nicely in here with the tipping point around the back. Cracking little bakery, that. Absolutely love that. And then as we head up this way here, we've got the shop in here, which is a New Holland and JCB themed shop. So really nice looking store this, and works really well. You head in there. Looks like, was there somebody behind the counter there? I think that might be a really good placement for I know we just got a general I was gonna say that'd be a really nice place for one of the NPCs, but doesn't seem to be the case. And yeah, so we've got some older New Hollands here. This map doing not doing what lots of other maps do, and that is getting actual machines assigned to a different farm in that shop. We then have the garden center up here. We have a couple of sell points in here. So one sell point here. And then as we come around the other side here, we've got a sell point, I'm guessing for manure over there. And then as we head back out of here, we'll head up this way and round and towards this top corner here. We'll be able to go round, and I'm going to come back and go down the dirt road here to make our way back, so that we're only really covering the same position for as small an area as possible. But if we head up the top here, we can see that field 87 is I'm guessing this is a horse or a set of stables, actually. Very tight in here. There is, yeah, a house there, and then we've got an entrance way in here that turns back on itself, oh, to another house. So the entrance to this area seems to be this wider one here. And yeah, this is Lightwood Stable. So this is a horsey area. If you do want to do horses on here, which well, if you want to do horses, you want to do horses. But it's, yeah, there is a stable on here, nicely set up, good area, sequestered at the top end of this map, and yeah, looking very, very nice. It's a good little yard, that, and actually a lot of space there for a stable, so plenty to keep yourself busy up there. And again, good area to start if you wanted to. Like everything, all of the farmyards on here are customizable. So if you wanted to do that top end, get rid of the stables and do something else, then you can do. And it's one of the things that's really wonderful about this map is its customizability. And it's just it is a gorgeous looking map. I haven't said that about it yet, partly because I played this map a lot, and I thought it was gorgeous when I played it, and now yeah, it reminds me so much of that cracking series I did on here. So we're gonna head down this road here. We've got a whole load of dirt tracks, and looking at this, if we were to head up to the top, I don't think there's a way through the woodlands, but we do want to go and have a look at the woodlands. I do like the farm tracks on here. They actually seem to be configured for slightly bigger machines than I would probably look at using on here, but there is a decent amount of space on these tracks for you to get, I think, something like a combine down, and all of the roadways, all of the gateways seem to be nice and wide. And then as we come into here, look at this woodland. Oh man, I thought there might be some sort of track to allow me to get through here, but not really. It really is very, very deep, very woody. Well, actually, no, just very overgrown. It's not that many trees in here, but there is a lot of nice variation in it. So yeah, it's not the most populated woodland, but it is a really nice woodland. I do like all the bushes and everything like that that's in here. Now I'm just wondering, I think these hedges have collisions on them. They don't. So in order to do a big loop around this, we're gonna just pop through the hedge here, down the side of this field, and out the top here. I'm getting a throb in my throat there, and it got harder and harder to talk. So let's head back out this way. So there's a bit of a construction area here, a place for you to put placeables, and then we can open this gateway. Yeah, I was hoping to make it to the gateway before I cleared my throat, but wasn't to be. And that brings us out to this bit at the top. So you can see what I mean by there's no circular road on this. I think I would quite like a track through the middle of that woodland that brought you out on this side. I always like multiple ways to get places, and that would work quite well. We do have the Carter Hall grain elevator. This is a sell point up here, and this is pretty much the furthest sell point from everything. It is only accessible by dirt road. There's no main road to be able to get up to this top corner here. Now, when I was doing this in FS22, it had the mud mod built into it. Of course, that doesn't yet exist in FS25. So I think you might have a little slightly easier and cleaner time of it playing this in FS25. I don't think it was a bad thing either way. We've got a little bit of overgrowth on this road, so it does feel like there might be a couple of bits on this map that could do with an update. So you've got some of these trees or some of these bushes and things sort of growing into the roads there. The one other thing I would say is the number plate is the wrong way around. So British number plate is 2 letters, 2 numbers, and then 3 letters, whereas this is 3 letters, 2 numbers, 2 letters. So there are a couple of minor things wrong with the map like that, and like the bushes that we've just driven through. The more I drive around this and I look at the forestry areas, I think I would have liked them to be a little more populated with trees. They feel very sparse at the moment. But otherwise, I do like them, and I do like the setup. We are right on the edge of the map here. As we come back onto the road, we've got several production chains here, which are built very nicely into the map. So I'm liking their presence a lot. Always very, very happy to see production chains built into a map. adding the character, adding more of a lived-in field. Noah is, yeah, this is a little bit unfortunate. Noah is floating. He's a little bit above the ground. So, as I said, there are a couple of errors, and I do know this map has also been released externally to the mod hub, so I don't know if these things have been already fixed, and maybe an update is working its way through. If it is, that would be very cool. If not, hopefully there will be soon, because these are not big issues that I'm seeing, and they're just sort of little fixes. We've got the animal market right there. Another construction. These construction areas around the map again add a nice little bit of character to this map. Look at that view though. You can see how nicely integrated the edges of this map are. I really quite like that. That is very nice. There's a good amount of distance on it. You can see the edge a bit, and I think I need to get closer because it almost looks to me like it drops away, but I'm not sure it does. Either way, there's a good amount of distance, and it's not just suddenly an edge anywhere on it, which is great. There is definitely woodland around the edge of the whole thing that sort of comes in as you get a bit closer. We've got a farmyard here, or at least a farm area here. I don't know if that's one of the official 4 yards, but certainly it could be used as a yard. We're just going to pop down this corner here because we have a sell point down here as well, and that is all the way down here, right down the way here. Oh yeah, there's one of the yards. So we've got a yard there as well, and then right down the bottom here we have a sell point that you just sort of come down to and loop around to. It is, as I said earlier, it's a very linear map. Sort of have, well, actually linear is the wrong, it's sort of a map that branches out from the center, a little bit like a crack, where you sort of have everything going. You've got the farm in the middle, and everything sort of splinters off that, and you head out of the farm to all of that, which is, it's not by no means any kind of criticism. That it's just interesting in that most maps aren't built this way. Most maps you can do there's a way of doing a complete circle on it. This map feels very much like you splinter out for the second. You go from the main farm out to wherever you want to get to. So now that we're back up at the junction, and we've got a sell point for straw sitting here, we'll head down the bottom. There's a whole load of fields out and down that way up there. But I think we've got a farmyard down there as well, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not sure there is actually. No, there isn't a farmyard down there. We've got lots of little fields off the side here, though. And I think that part of the map has been opened up. I don't think you could farm that bit in there in the previous one. And in fact, I know this here feels a lot more open than it did in FS22. So I think there's a lot fewer trees on this map than there is in the previous version of it, and I don't quite know why that is. I'm sure that will be commented on at some point as to why the trees seem a little bit more sparse on here. I'm wondering if there was a problem with the tree limit or something like that. But yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen a few more trees in the forested areas on here. Otherwise, this map is looking beautiful. It looks absolutely gorgeous. We are gonna go into the main farmyard now. So we've got a biggish lean-to barn on 2 levels down the bottom here. This then comes all the way around and up here. And that brings us round to the, well, these are pig pens and chicken pens. So it's a pig pen, a chicken pen, a pig pen. We then have a set of barns and sections over here. We've got another chicken pen there. We then got cow pens up the top. We have, oh, we did have a workshop in here last time. Is our workshop still present? Yes, and this is where the combine is. So we've got a workshop and another storage shed there. We do have, yeah, we have a silo up here. And then we did have a big shed at the top there. Yes, because that's where I kept my combine before. And then we got a number of storage sheds down the side here, and also grain storage down the side there as well. So yeah, really nice yard. I like this yard a lot. It works very well for this map. And that's it. We have made it all the way back to the farmhouse, only having to drive through a couple of hedges to do it. But yeah, that is a cracking map. I still very much love this map. It is absolutely gorgeous. It works really well. And there are maybe a couple of minor issues with it, but I think those are very much fixable with an update, and none of them really are going to affect your gameplay. So as a result, yeah, as I said, I think they're fairly minor issues. Let's have a look then at what vehicles we start with here on New Farmer. So we have an Agromass POV5XL plow, an Amazon ZA-TS 3200 spreader, a Bednar Omega 006,000 FL seeder, a Class Evian 450 combine, a Class Vario 620 header, a Flegel ASW 271 trailer, a John Deere C441R combination baler, a Krone Ventro 820 Highland header, a Lemkin Smaragd 9/500K cultivator, a Magicai bale fork, a Magicai pallet fork, and a Magicai universal bucket, a Merlot multi-farmer 44.9 telehandler, a Massey Ferguson MF7S 165 tractor, a Nardi N20T header trailer, a New Holland T7 260 tractor, a Sam's KDF 341S front mower, a Sam's XT 390 rear side mower, and a Sam's Z2-840H windrower. So yeah, nice set of equipment. Nothing there to mix feed for for cows, so you would need to buy that if you're going to do cows. Otherwise, pretty much everything you need to work your start fields, which, yeah, you start with 33, 34, 39 and 38 for grass fields as well. Actually, start fields, I quite like something a little bit closer than that. Maybe not have both of those, but have 32 or have 26 to start with. They feel a little bit away from the farm. Otherwise, yeah, fantastic map. Really loving this. Go check it out on the Mud Hub. I'm hoping the couple of minor issues with it get fixed shortly. That would be really nice to see. Otherwise, yeah, I think this is a great single player map. I think this is a great multiplayer map. And it's got a lot of character and a lot of great features to it. Go check it out on the Mod Hub. And those are my thoughts on Moss Valley by VR Modding. Let me know yours down in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.